to kind of the political field, television, there were some controversial comments from Bill Maher. Decided to make a joke saying the house N bomb instead of just.
Oh, we can say it. We can say it. So because we're out for millennials, so some people might not know the context. So it was it a congressman that he had on the show?
Yes.
It was a congressman, and the congressman made a joke, said, Bill Maher, you should come work the fields with us, because I think he lives in the agricultural probably part of town. He's like, come work the fields. And Bill Maher's like, come work the fields. And like people start laughing. He's like, oh, I'm sorry, but I'm a house nigga. And he's like, oh, guys, it's just a joke. So I took it in two parts. First part, I always look at who is saying it. Bill Maher has been one of the most liberal media personalities of our generation. So I always thought Bill Maher was entertaining. I always had a lot of respect for Bill Maher. He's definitely championed for African Americans in the past. And there, of course, I don't agree with all of the things he says, because he is an atheist, so I disagree with that. He doesn't like rap music, so I disagree with him in that and stuff like that. And I get he's a comedian, and you have to try to tote the line for a joke, but you have to be smarter than that. You know, there's just some no-nos you don't do as especially in times like this where the country is so racially divided. Why would you create such a big division when you've been one of those Caucasians that we went to for truth and that we did respect? And I was really hurt by not the actual saying of the N-word, because we live in the South, so we hear white people say the N-word before
all the time.
People just like that think they're comfortable with us because we're just cool guys. They'll just say the N-word and think it's okay. It's the lightness of it afterwards when he said it's just a joke, and the severity of what he was saying. The history of being a house nigga is so important in African American culture, and something that it should never be taken lightly. And I was very offended by it. When I first saw what it was gonna be, I was like, oh, he probably was like quoting a rap lyric, or he probably said
Me too.
I was like, he quoted a rap lyric. He's probably was just like, nigga please, or something stupid. But no, he said house nigga.
When he represents slavery, so he started representing slavery, and it's just stay out of it. don't put yourself. Don't get to that conversation, man. Don't, because I like Bill Maher as well. He says a lot of controversial things. I don't agree with everything he says as well. I was comparing to Jon Stewart. I like Jon Stewart way more, but I like him too. He's he's like an uncut Jon Stewart, and so he says a lot of stuff that you would disagree with, but you agree with a lot of things he says as well. He believes it, and he can back all this stuff over with a lot of evidence, and he's really funny. I like the show. I like the show as much as I like John Oliver's, and and I think both of them do a good job, but just stay out of it. Like, you don't have to put that type of controversy on yourself, because now people want you fired from your job, and HBO has to make these comments and all this saying
the joke wasn't even funny.
It wasn't funny at all.
It wasn't even funny. Like, it would have been funnier if he was black. It actually would have been hilarious. Like, it would have been so funny if he was like black. I would get it. And one thing that I hate about the situation, which I always get annoyed with situations like this, are the defenders of Bill Maher that tell African Americans to let it go, or tell African Americans that the word isn't as powerful as you think it is, or Bill Maher didn't mean it in that way. The one thing I always hate is, like, why do you get to tell me how I'm allowed to feel about a certain situation? I say the N-word. I do. I say it around my face. I get it. But just because I say it doesn't give you the right to say it, or gives me the right to not be offended. Like, you can't tell me not to be offended about certain ways or certain tones that people use against me. That is really, really stupid.
It's like someone coming up to me and punching me and say, "Oh, don't feel pain by that punch."
Right, exactly.
Don't feel pain by that. But I hit you, but don't feel pain by. You can't tell me how I should feel about certain things. I feel how I feel, and so it's always been a discussion about that word, because the only reason why this comes up a lot is because we tell certain people that's not African American that they cannot say it. That's the only reason why this comes up so much.